When the doors of the summoning chamber opened, the floor became white, the ceiling was bright, and as far as one could see, the whole space was beaming with a white light. When a summoning happens, an altered, vast plane, expanding kilometers appears, even though it is taking place inside the chamber. I was 10 steps away from the doors when I was holding a golden choker that belonged in my dress. With the magical choker, I was able to draw on the floor an enchanted chart. Excuse me. Finally, I pronounced aloud the name of the hero I wanted to summon. This occurrence is my 6th time, so I was already used to it. Light was overflowing from the enchanted chart right away, and the one man came from the earthly world. Looking at the man that appeared right in front of me, I immediately fixed my hair and took a breath. Oh my, he is so handsome. It looks like his height exceeds the 180 centimeters, 5'11" feet for you US readers, high. His dashing black hair covered a fine-looking face. T-shirt and jeans are the average appearance of the people from that world, but those clothes don't look ordinary on him. The aura emanating from his body is the same as the auras from the gods from God's realm. Even if for a brief moment, I would like to have a burning love affair with such a man. What exactly am I thinking? It's strictly forbidden for a goddess to have a love affair with a human. I need to shake this delirious idea from my head. Even so, it's admirable that such a man could make me forget my goddess duties even for a moment. I just noticed it now. He has been staring at my face for a while now, but that's to be expected. Those who get summoned suddenly from their everyday lives to this magical chamber feel confused at first. I spoke proudly to this man with a true goddess's dignity. Nice to meet you. I am Lestrite. I am a goddess living on the god's realm. I'm the one who summoned you from the earthly world to this realm. Listen carefully, Ryugu and Saya. You will be the brave hero that will save the world, Gearbrand, from the evil threats. After I said it, I laughed a bit. Saya is fixedly staring at me. He seems more interested in my appearance than surprised about the story I told. Well, I guess it can't be helped, since I am a goddess. I am an attractive woman. I got a beautifully and glossily blonde hair, with a voluptuous bust area and a pure white dress, tiny waists and slender legs. This man Saya has lost his words at the sight of a perfect woman that he probably never saw in his life until now. He slowly opened his mouth and spoke with a low voice. I feel a bit suspicious to be told all that stuff by such a strange and weird person. Are you saying I'm a strange and weird person? I was almost screaming at him, but I absolutely cannot. Dignity. I need to keep being dignified. Posture of a goddess. Just take a deep breath and speak serenely. It seems you have misinterpreted me. I shall repeat again. I am a goddess of God's realm who summoned you to be a hero. You said you were a goddess. Then, if you are a god, why don't you go save the world yourself? These are the rules. God created countless earthly worlds so that humans beings can prosper and thrive on their own. Therefore, it is their own duty to protect the world they were given to. Saya sighs and makes it sound like this is a burden. What if I say no? You can't say no. Saya looked at me on the eyes with disgust. This is a nice story for bugs. At first, I thought Saya would be a very cool man, but slowly my good impression of him was fading away. He is an unusual person. Normally people will get enthused for being chosen as heroes, but oh well. Maybe he is a bit impatient because he got summoned quite suddenly? There could be times like that. I shall approach him and convince him first. Listen, how about you try saying status? Haha, this'll be it. Most of the people in Japan get excited with things similar like games. Why? What? You don't know? Maybe Saya doesn't play enough games? Well, it doesn't matter. If you say out loud status, it will show you your ability in categories and numbers. Seeing is believing. Just try saying it. However, after thinking for a while, Saya said, properties. Properties? But I told you to say status, didn't I? Why did you say properties? What do you mean by properties? I don't know the meaning of it. Suddenly, a magical window popped up in front of them, and Saya nodded his head as if he understood it all. I see. I had doubted shearing a stupid story from someone like you. but after seeing this, all the stuff seems more credible. Just now, did he spoke rudely to a goddess like me? So now that you said properties, try saying status as well, okay? Okay, just do it, please. After begging, Seiya finally but reluctantly said status. Then the three-dimensional window was expanded. This time, Seiya's abilities were also shown behind from the window. What do you think? Do you comprehend it? You have an outstanding status. You have special abilities that normal heroes don't have. Got it? You are 1 in 100 million people. If it's you, Ryugun Seiya, you will be able to defeat the demons threatening Menace Giabrand. Only you can do it. I'm doing my best, but Seiya doesn't look happy about this at all. I feel like I'm being ignored, but he asked me quite a dark question. By the way, what will happen to me if I die in that world? That's a bit dark and negative question, but don't worry. If you die there, you'll immediately be transferred to your world. But after that, you won't be able to return to the God's realm. Just said, picked his nose. It seems no matter what I say, everything will be boring for him, I suppose. He came all the way here, but he is only starting to understand how this works. He seems that kind of person that will only come to a sense of if he faces reality. If that's the case, then... Seiya, I will explain everything later. Let's go together to Giabrand now. I immediately casted a spell that opened a portal in front of us, which automatically will lead us to Giabrand. With the gate fully opened, I told Seiya, Ryugun Seiya, come with me. The fate of Giabrand is on your hands. I refuse. Well then, I'm excited to know what kind of world Giabrand is. Wait, right now, what did you just say? I just said I refused. I won't go to such unknown and dangerous world without being fully prepared. But your status shows that you have more capabilities than regular people, right? Besides, I will change my appearance to be that of a human in Giabrand, so I will always stay right beside you. So don't worry. Didn't you say that you can't involve yourself in a world that is supposed to be saved by humans? Even if you come with me, you can't give any help, can you? You're so rude. I'm a goddess, you know. I will never die, and besides, I can cure your injuries with my healing magic. That's exactly it. You can't even be on the front line of battle. How can you save me? How can you help me save a world? What kind of attitude is this against a goddess? I seriously want to hit him. However, Seiya was staring at me with deadly fish eyes. Well, if I can't refuse this task, I need to at least make some preparations. Preparations? What preparations?
End of Chapter 1. We shall start Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Perfectly ready. I can't believe he actually meant it! So, what happened? In God's summoning chamber, Aria is a beautiful, mature goddess, taller than I am, and displaying an attractive red hair. She is a veteran who summoned heroes that saved more than 300 worlds so far. He told me that he had to prepare himself, so he locked himself onto that chamber with doing his own training. Unbelievable, right? Wouldn't someone want to leave that boring white room straight away? Besides, anyone would be willing to go into the other world immediately, right? Aria giggled for a moment. Lista, your quest is to save Giabrand, a world with an S-rank salvation difficulty. Isn't it great to have a hero who is cautious instead? That's why it's such a waste of time. I just want to go there immediately and fight that evil monsters lurking around. And with that, I will be able to raise my position faster. But it's alright, you don't need to be in a panic. You know that as time flows slower in the God's realm as opposed to Earth, I don't find it any problem to let him train here until he's fully prepared. Don't you agree? Yes. Aria seemed so serene talking with me while holding her cup of tea, as expected of an adult senior like Aria, who was older than me and more mature, still smiling gracefully as she said the following. Anyways, Lista, you still have to support him right now. He's training since he is training since you summoned him, so you need to take some better care of him. Support, you say? Have you provided him with a room, a bed, a bathroom, a toilet, a shower? He's probably hungry by now, don't you think? Now that you remind me. Aria tried to say a few words to me, but before she could, I ran out of the room. Hang on, Lista, he might not be comfortable with your superior attitude. Just because you're a goddess, maybe it would be wiser to approach him with a friendlier manner. What do you think? As expected of a veteran-like area, I said thank you and shut the door and ran straight through the marble passageway. Seiya, I'm so sorry for leaving you alone. What? When I opened the doors of the magical chamber, I saw a shirtless Seiya doing countless sit-ups. His body was dripping with sweat from all of his training. He was looking so sensual that I couldn't take my eyes off him. Seiya glared at me. Hey, how about knocking on the door before stepping into my room? I'm sorry. Wait, this is a summoning chamber. This isn't hardly your own room. That's what I wanted to say to him, but I had to endure it. I brought a plate with me of onigiri for Seiya. Well, you must be hungry, right? I made some food for you. And this is... I tried to put a smile on my face. Seiya, you are Japanese, right? I'm pretty familiar with Japan customs, you know. Look, I made onigiri. Here, this one has dried plum inside, and this one here has salmon. While explaining the onigiri filling, Seiya looked very distrustful and interrupted me. A weird, suspicious person made something weird and suspicious. There's no need to be rude. You eat it first. What? There's a possibility that the food is poisoned. Arya told me to be gentle and kind, and I wanted to try my best, therefore I made him some onigiri. However, I'm feeling so frustrated and angry right now. There's no such thing as poison. I'm not a fool. Why would I want to poison you anyways? I was so irritated that I grabbed the salmon onigiri and gave it a bite. Look, it's absolutely okay. I made a huge effort. I can't believe it. Let's see. So, this poison might be one of those that have a slow effect. There's no poison on the food! I was shouting at Seiya in an unworthy voice. That's not supposed to have belonged to a goddess. And for the record, how will you improve in this room with only push-ups and sit-ups? Unbelievable! After shouting, I instantly used my godly power to make him a proper room with a bed, a simple toilet, and a shower. After that, I gave Seiya a special buzzer. Call me through this buzzer when you are ready. I will make you 3 meals a day and I will leave them at the other side of the door. I will not enter this room ever again until you call from the buzzer. Yes, please do that. I left and closed the door straight away. I walked angrily through the corridors and went to my room. What is up with him? He can't do whatever he wants. There's no way human beings can live on that filthy room with such few amenities. I'm sure he won't endure that circumstances and will be 3 days. However, Seiya didn't press the buzzer's button at all. 4 days have passed without any response to him. I thought, is he dead? But then when I would get the onigiri plate by the door, it was all empty. I know I said I wouldn't come to that room until he called for me through a buzzer, but I was anxious and worried about Seiya that I would sometimes eavesdrop at the door. It's now been 1 week since then. Finally, Seiya's pressed the buzzer's button and started ringing. I instantaneously went to the summoning room and opened the door. Still, Seiya had taken a shower and there was a wonderful smell of soap coming from his body. So, how did you manage? What are your training results? I heard Seiya whispering, status, and suddenly up popped the 3-dimensional window. When I saw his current stats, I couldn't believe my eyes. Ryuguin Seiya, level 15, HP 2,485, MP 2114, Attack 533, Defense 507, Agility 623, Magic 499, Potential 341, Resistances to Fire, Ice, Wind, Water, Electric, Poison, Earth, Paralysis, and Sleep. Special skills, Fire Magic level 9, Experience gain increase level 3, Ability Perception level 5. Skills, Atomic Split Splash, Hell's Fire, Personality, Unbelievably Cautious. Wait a minute, with only that mere training you leveled up from 1 to 15? It seems like that the experience gain increase didn't level as much considering he was stuck inside a room only, but even so, his achievement exceeded my imagination. To be honest, with a status this great, we could easily defeat a Demon King from a world with a Class D Salvation difficulty. I'm so astonished by this feat, but Seiya doesn't seem that amazed. I wanted to raise my level to the maximum. No, do you plan on living in this room forever? I can't believe you were thinking on continuing your training. That's enough. Let's go to Giabrand. When I yelled, I saw that Seiya quietly agreed by nodding his head. I guess so. Seiya looked at the vast white space in the magical chamber and declares, perfectly ready. Oh, where did you get that line? I wonder if he's trying to act cool. You know what? I don't care about his level-headed attitude. Anyways, let's finally go. Using a spell, the portal was opened again and allowed us passage to Giabrand. I took Seiya's hand and we headed for the portal together. A week later, behind schedule, we finally managed to get to Giabrand. End of chapter 2.
That's just... I don't understand our main character. Anyways, chapter 3. The town of Edna. After crossing the portal, we arrived at a grassland area. I can see a town only 100 meters away. The great goddess, Isister, helped me prepare for this trip. The beginning of the journey started from a strategically good position. Right after we arrived, Seiya saw the portal disappear. I was in a rush, so I touched him on the back. Oh, okay, so let's go to the town over there and buy some equipment. I grabbed Saya's hand as he was trying to say something, and we went into that town. As we approached the area, I spotted a wooden signboard that said, "Welcome to Edna Town." After passing the signboard, the unpaved road leading to Edna had farmers crossing it over. The place had an idyllic atmosphere, resembling village rather than a town. Hello. Are you travelers? A passing farmer greeted me, and I bowed my head with a smile. Though Saya looked quite suspicious. As the man passed by, Saya whispered on my ear, "Hey, is that a monster? Come on, you see that farmer is a town person."
Which one of you fuckers pinged me?
Probably ran it. Just mute yourself, buddy. We'll talk in the chat while Opti finishes.
Oh god, I'm gone. No. This is...
Continue.
Okay, this is what it looks like now, but that monster could change in a moment. You're worrying too much. As we arrived on the town, a little girl around 5 to 6 years old approached me. As soon as she saw me, this little girl with pigtails showed a big smile. "Whoa, you're so beautiful. You look like a goddess." This poor child was able to see through it. This child came close to me and I stroked her head. The girl also spotted Saya. "This mister is a bit strange, but he is so cool." She ran to Saya and grabbed his pants. Saya seemed to be in trouble. I got quite amused. "Oh my, you don't hate children, do you?" Feeling quite irritated, Saya could only take a deep breath. The little girl looked at Saya and asked, "Mister, what's your name?" Please, what's your name?" Saya. "I'm Nina. Nice to meet you." I wanted to see more of this new relationship between Saya and Nina, but unfortunately, this is not a time to relax. "Listen, Nina, is there a weapon shop in this town nearby?" "Weaponry shop, you say? We have one straight ahead." "I see. Thank you." We said goodbye to Nina and went straight ahead. Suddenly, we arrived on a street with many thriving shops. Saya and I stopped in front of a particular store with a signboard and a sword. I gave Saya a small pack before entering the shop. "Listen, this is my gift to you. You need to buy the best equipment in town. In fact, you gave me the currency of this world was great. You gave me the great currency of this world was great goddess sister." Saya received my sack and went inside the shop. Once there, he gave gold coins inside the sack to the middle-aged shopkeeper. "Please give me 3 of these steel armors." "Right away." The shopkeeper was preparing the 3 armors. Wait a moment. I tried to stop him, and I shouted, "Armors? You don't need that many!" "Yes, I need them. I have 1 armor to wear and an extra one. When the extra is gone, I will have another extra to use." This is becoming more of a disease than excessively cautiousness. Where in the world would a hero buy the same armor 3 times using gold coins? There is no way I will allow you to do that. You are a very selfish woman. We ended up buying a steel armor and sword. Of course, 1 of each. We ended up assembling all the pieces on the spot. It looked great on Saya because he is tall and has a good physique. He looks already like a warrior. After leaving the weaponry shop, Saya proceeded to the shop next door. He asked the owner for a list of items. "I need 10 smoke bombs, 20 medicinal herbs, and the same number of poisonous scavenging herbs." Saya bought these items with the extra coins left. It was rather cheap compared to the weaponry shop, so I didn't complain, but something was bothering me and I needed to ask him. "Excuse me, but you don't need to prepare that much, do you?" "Of course, I need to be prepared. I don't know what kind of monsters are looking around." No, we are safe here. I'm an experienced navigator, you know. The town is suitable for beginners like you. I am sure there are only weak monsters around here." I wonder about that. Then we heard, "That's right, it's okay, it's even safe for me." The voice we heard came from below. When I lowered my head, I saw a pig-tailed Nina, the little girl with a smile from before. "I usually walk by myself from this town to the neighboring town. I've only seen slimes around here." As I rubbed Nina's hair, I realized that she heard what we said, and I looked Say in the eyes. "See, even a child is okay here. Don't you feel a little relieved to hear that?" So Mr. is scared of going out of town's boundaries?" "That's right, this Mr. here is so frightened." I thought I could make him seem a little idiotic here, but Nina is more pure than I imagined. She took something from her flowery pouch and handed it over to Seiya. Okay, here, this is an amulet. I will give it to you, mister. When Seiya received the flower amulet, he looked quite serious at it. It's not a cursed item, is it? What? I immediately closed Seiya's mouth with my hands. Don't worry about it, this mister is a bit sick. He has a heart sickness. I glared at Seiya with an angry expression. Suddenly, a man spoke behind Nina. Nina, what are you doing? Daddy, have you finished shopping? Nina's father looked like a kind person and greeted us by lowering his head. I'm sorry, but did Nina say anything rude to you? Oh, no, she didn't, right? I sent my gaze to Seiya after he looked back at me. He said, yes, nothing wrong. He spoke without hesitation. I see, so you're not that bad after all. Or so I thought at that moment. End of chapter 3.
This is
Well, congratulations.
Slip.
It's still going to be the next
Slip,
anime for the future season.
How would you get past chapter 2?
I am on chapter 31 because I'm just watching this guy develop schizophrenia. It's really funny watching people just let this guy with schizophrenia do whatever he wants. For instance, he has beaten the shit out of the daughter of the emperor.
What?
Why?
Because he's an equal opportunist.
Jesus Christ.
Can I just say that's probably my favorite joke of Konosuba?
This protagonist is genuinely just a bad guy.
No, he is the
Psychopath.
worst person, which is why I'm surprised this thing is getting an anime adaptation.
This is just
It's
awfully
easy,
written.
it will make
Not gonna lie, I'm just gonna watch it.
This is gonna put.
I'm probably
Shield
gonna
Hero
watch
right out of
it
business.
too. Yeah, you think Shield Hero's a bad guy? Hooey!
No, this is putting Shield Hero right out of business.
As far as shitty light novels, yeah.
Nina's gonna be the ultimate
Shield
supervillain.
Hero-
Bet.
Hey, Slip, Shield Hero made the black market a nice place.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, you do have a point there. I think I've lost.
No, I think we're about to continue right now.
No, I mean, I think I've lost the argument.
No, I mean the story.
Oh, is Eon asking if we're going? Yeah, we're about to start. 3, 2, 1. Chapter 4, The First Monster. We got good equipment, such as weapons and armors, as well as great quality items. We ventured out of town and started exploring the surrounding areas, and of course, for Seiya to start fighting monsters. Nothing wrong. Even though he seemed annoyed and reluctant, he let go of his pride to help Nina. After that, he didn't complain at all, and he just followed me. Finally, we spotted something. Right there in front of us was this cute little light blue creature trembling repeatedly in the middle of the grassy area. Seiya, look, that's a monster! Oh, that's a strange creature. I wonder if it got genetically manipulated. No, it's a monster called the slime. Have you not seen normal monsters on games? I was a bit surprised to see that Seiya shook his head, as he's never seen one before. He doesn't know what a slime is, even though he's Japanese? That's okay, Seiya. Slime is a monster that will immediately attack if he sees a human. If he touches human skin, it will be troublesome because he contains a toxic mucus that melts the skin. But if you shake it off right away, there should be no problem. Besides, he's not very strong, so even an inexperienced human can defeat this monster. What? My eyes became wide open. Seiya pulled his sword out of his scabbard, slowly breathed, following the word, "Oh!" The sword responded to Seiya's voice and started glowing with furious power. The surrounding area was vibrating, even the air felt heavy. Come, atomic split to splash you! As he said those words, Seiya aimed at the slime and slashed. A huge shockwave roared and came from that explosion. The slime standing on that spot was immediately torn to shreds. What? My hair became a mess after that massive shockwave blowing my hair away. I shouted at Seiya, "What are you doing? You're overdoing it, it's just a slime!" However, Seiya observed the spot where he struck the slime and started looking seriously at his left hand, then the one with the sword. Not enough, he might still be alive. On his flame, he summoned the crimson flames. Hell's fire! He fired the magical flame into the area where the slime was standing still, but the slime was long gone. There wasn't even traces of it. The grass area became a scorched wasteland without traces of life. The slime was gone already! Nonetheless, Seiya didn't hear anything I shouted. Not yet, I'm not sure yet. Once he held his sword once again. What? Certainly, he used 2 special skills right now. What is he going to try to do next? He slowly breathed the "Caw" sound again, and the sword started glowing in the air to vibrate. Atomic split to splash! That is a unnecessarily large atomic split splash. Again, a rumbling roar spread through the surrounding areas, emitting gigantic explosions, and the earth trembled. There were soil cracks everywhere. My blonde hair was blown away yet again by the strong wind. After a while, I looked at the big crater on the ground. It looked like a meteorite had fallen there. I shouted at the silly hero who seemed like nothing had happened at all. Just one simple attack would have finished the slime, you know? The first atomic spell was enough to turn the slime to dust. Did you not see it turn to dust? I can't let my guard down. Seiya, there's a limit to everything. Didn't you know you had the ability to see your opponent's skills? Have you seen the slime status? I saw it for a brief moment. Both his attack and defense skills were in the single digits. And then you don't have to go that far just to defeat a weak monster like that. I think there's more information we can't see. But no, you have to be more confident in yourself. I took a deep breath and fixed my hair. Anyways, now that you can be a little more confident, okay? See, you're very strong. Now let's head to the next town. From what the great goddess said, there's someone waiting for us there. I gave a pat on Seiya's shoulder and shrugged my shoulders. Suddenly, my body started to shiver from head to toe by an evil aura that appeared so suddenly. What is this? Far away, we saw a woman slowly walking towards us. A black-haired woman approached us, resembling the features of a raven, wearing a very revealing two-piece black suit, carrying a large heavy sword in one hand. She looked like a female warrior at first glance, but the evil aura surrounding her proved that she was not a human being. This woman showed a bewitching smile at Seiya. That tremendous sword power, it's very strong you have there. Who are you? I answered instead of Seiya, and this woman looked at both of us instead. You could say I am a goddess from another kind of dimension. Nice to meet you. I'm one of the 4 generals of the Demon Lord's army. My name is Chaos Machina. My body trembled by what this woman was declaring. No way, impossible. No one told me that this town had a demon from the devil army. The great goddess Ister told me that this was a good, safe place to start. Just what happened? However, what this devil woman said was true. No denying it after sensing all this evil aura. I felt frustration and apprehension to meet this Chaos Machina, a dark being from the great demon kingdom who was smiling continuously. Are you surprised? Our demon lord was sensing the arrival of a hero to this specific place, but I couldn't foresee your exact location. I had to think about it. If you first summoned a hero here, you'll be fighting weak monsters, right? Therefore, I visited the surrounding villages and towns, and thus we have ended here on this particular town. Chaos Machina was looking quite amused. Instead, I shivered with fear. So this is what they meant when Giabrand is an S-rank difficulty salvation. I had no idea this kind of difficulty was lurking around in this world. My lord has been quite wary of this kind of hero. Even so, I thought I did not have to worry that much. But I sense this strong force. You are a very skillful hero with many hidden abilities. Sorry about this, but it appears I must finish your opponents promptly. When Chaos Machina showed her right tongue as if having great amusement, she drew her sword right at us. This is bad. It looks like there'll be a battle here. I beckoned the skill clairvoyance with Seiya, and so we could be able to see the opponent's ability status, and I felt despair. Chaos Machina, level 66, HP 3,877, MP 108, attack 887, defense 845, agility 951, magic 444, potential 653, resistance to water and wind, special skills, devil sword, level 15, skills, demonic curse, personality, cruel. What's this? You're not supposed to be a strong opponent this early on. Seiya? After seeing the sight of this frightening enemy, I sought for Seiya's help. However, Seiya was suddenly missing. What? I said with a shaking voice, looking around, and I saw Seiya running like a rabbit way ahead of me. Wait, don't just turn around and leave me behind. Ah! I screamed as I started to run after Seiya. I heard Chaos Machina's sinister laugh behind my back. Oh my, you're a brave hero, but instead you run away and leave your goddess behind. That was quite a wise decision. Ordinary humans would not have the ability to handle this well. Interesting, very interesting this hero is. It seems that Chaos Machina is not following us yet. I need to run with all my power. I shouted at Seiya. Wait for me! Suddenly, Seiya stopped running and looked back at me. Something came furiously behind me to strike my back, a sound of furiously wind. What? Smoke suddenly burst from below my feet, and the smoke scattered all over the area. Just what happened? In a rushing moment, I heard the sound of wielding swords behind me. I thought she had not followed us yet. Before I knew it, Chaos Machina was right behind me and aimed at my head with that large sword. What a disappointment. Nevertheless, it was nice to call from you. Chaos Machina was standing right in the middle of the smoking area. Someone took my arm when I noticed it was Seiya who pulled my arm. Even though I have mixed feelings about his continuously changing behavior, I still thought it was rather cool of him. Let us retreat for now. Get the portal open. Open and connect with the heaven. You're right, I understand. I hastily ran with my full strength and casted the spell. The portal appeared just a few meters ahead. The distance from where we are to the portal is just a few steps ahead. However, the demonic voice roared from behind our backs. I will not let you escape! I suddenly looked back and saw Chaos Machina jumping from the white smoke to strike us with that sword. Ah! I screamed and stood behind Seiya. Then Seiya got face to face with Chaos Machina and fought back with the crimson flames. The power emitted from Hell's fire was to create a large amount of flames, which was used to distract the opponents rather than fight back. We disappeared with the flames. Damn it! Said Chaos Machina, biting her tongue. In the meantime, we managed to open a portal and escape from that place. End of chapter 4.
This is so bad.
Trust me, it gets worse.
I honestly hate to say it.
No, he's a fucking asshole.
Sword Art Online has a better story, and Kirito is a more likable character.
Yes.
Mhm.
There's at least one interesting thing with Kirito, or not even interesting.
Centered
but
around
something-
characters, this is, and yet it's not that good because of said characters.
Yeah,
At
look,
least
I'm
Kirito has
having a
this interesting-
sadistic pleasure reading this thing, just so you know.
At least Kirito has this thing of like, he just like he wants to actually live in a full MMO world. Like that's something
No.
you can work.
No,
off
this guy's
of.
this guy's sole ability is just to survive, even at the cost of everything.
Okay. Chapter 5.
Oh.
The worst hero. That was so close. The portal disappeared instantaneously after we crossed through it. I was in a hurry, so I didn't have time to specify which place to go. After taking a deep breath, I noticed that we were at the summoning white chamber. Meanwhile, Seiya says not to interrupt him for a long while. I will start trading immediately, so I need you to get out of here. Hence, he pushed my back and threw me out of the chamber. Wait a moment! You will distract me from my training. Get out. More of that training? Yes, if I don't train now, I won't beat that thing. As you saw, it was much stronger than that slime. Well, yes, but it would be obviously stronger because that was one of the 4 generals of the Demon Lord's army. I will not get out of here until I get a satisfactory result. I will let you know when I press the buzzer. Until then, don't come here. He was full of determination, so I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Seiya kicked me out and closed himself off inside the chamber. 2 nights passed. When I arrived at the chamber's door, I wanted to take a little peek at Seiya from the bottom of the door. Suddenly, I had a very ominous feeling. I could feel it because of my goddess intuition. I borrowed Arya's crystal ball to see the earthly world and cast a spell in my room. The crystal ball who sees everything, please show me the imminent danger that is happening right now in the 3-dimensional world Gia-brand. Then, the town of Edna suddenly appeared on the crystal ball. The scene was from the center of the town where the shops were. All of a sudden, someone spoke. Hey, are you watching? What? My heart almost stopped at the sight of the vicious Chaos Machina. Chaos Machina was laughing, aloud with such a wicked smile on her face. I wonder if they are watching. Are you goddess and hero observing me? If you don't show up, I will destroy this town. Suddenly, Chaos Machina grabbed the head of a townsman and looked above, as if she knew I was watching her with a crystal ball. I was terrified. Starting with this one here, I will cut the inhabitants' heads one by one. Without hesitation, she pulled his head and chopped it with her large sword. Blood spilled everywhere. Horrified, I had to turn away from the crystal ball. This human's red fluids look like a fountain. So beautiful, extremely beautiful. After I heard the woman's pleasurable laugh from the crystal ball. Bang! I opened the chamber's door abruptly. I came to visit Seiya during his training. Did I not tell you to come here only when I pressed the buzzer? It's an emergency! Let's return to the town of Edna immediately! Why? Chaos Machina is executing people from the town. She'll keep killing them until we show up, so get ready! I was desperately asking for his help, but Seiya didn't stop his training. No, I am not ready yet. But Chaos Machina is killing people on the town at this precise moment. Calm down. Didn't you say that time flows slowly in here? Even if the time is slower, that doesn't mean it completely stops. Then what is the difference between the time flow here and over there? About 1 to 100. The 10 minutes over there is about 16 hours in here. If that's so, then there's no problem. We still have plenty of time before the next person gets killed. Well, it might be true, but let's get serious. Normally, a hero would want to help other people immediately. What's wrong with him? I was so angry that I returned to my room. After a while, I looked at the crystal ball to see what is currently happening at Edna. I wonder how many hours have passed. Eventually, Chaos Magna started her evil scheming again. When I looked closely, she was grabbing another hostage's neck. Now I'm going to kill this man. The man resembled someone I knew. A familiar voice screamed through the crystal ball. Daddy, no, stop it! A little girl with pigtails was crying. The moment I saw that child, I grabbed the crystal ball and ran to the summoning chamber. When I opened the door, Seiya looked at me with this annoyed face. How many times do I have to tell you not to come inside? That's not important right now. Look at this. Do you recognize her? It's Nina, the girl we met back in the town. Nina's dad is going to be killed by Chaos Magna at this precise moment. However, Seiya did not seem to care and started doing push-ups with one hand. Wait, are you listening? Not yet. I'm not ready to go. At this time, I realized Seiya was training with all his heart. I spoke seriously to Seiya. Seiya, I know how scary this is. You must be worried about your current status, but don't be, because your chance of beating her is not entirely zero. I will be your backup. I will do my best with my healing ability anytime you need it. See? It's not that bad. Instead, Seiya looked at me as if I was an idiot. What are you saying? I'm not afraid of anything. Even though you ran away from Chaos Machina. That was a strategic retreat. My anger exploded at Seiya. Let's go right now, okay? If you die, you will return immediately to your own world. But that won't happen to those people over there. If they die, we can't bring them back. It was pointless. Seiya just ignored what I said. On that moment, we heard Nina's heartbreaking crying through the crystal ball. Daddy, don't do this! Please! Please! Don't kill my daddy! Chaos Machina looked at Nina with a devilish smile. Don't worry too much. You won't be lonely. Yes, not lonely. Once I cut his head, I will cut yours afterwards. I showed the crystal ball in front of Seiya's eyes. Look! How can we see all this happening and do absolutely nothing? The girl gave you a flower charm. She was worried about you and gave you the amulet to protect you. Then, Seiya took out from his pocket the flower amulet and stared at it. I wonder if this was a cursed amulet to fool my eyes. I wonder if the girl is really the one that talked with us over there. I was shocked by his words. It was my fault. My fault. Seiya responded to what I just said. About what? My fault to summon you here. Yes, your status is powerful, but it doesn't matter when you're the coldest and worst hero around. My eyes were filled with tears. I was hurt and frustrated, but Seiya suddenly spoke to me before I left the summoning chamber. Then, what are you going to do? Is there anyone else besides me who can fight the Chaos Machina? I will find it. I'm going to find a substitute hero at this moment. When you saw my status, you said I was 1 in 100 million people. I don't think you will find my replacement that soon. I will find one hero fit enough. There are many heroes out there that are not cowards like you. I'm not a coward. Yes, you are. You're afraid of dying. That's why you keep doing over-excessive training. Am I wrong? I'm not afraid of death, but I cannot afford to die. Because if I die, that town will be destroyed. Eventually, the world itself will be destroyed as well. I was relieved by what he was saying. He has seriously been thinking that seriously? No, that can't be. Don't be fooled by his words. Deceit. He is just a coward trying to self-defend himself again. I looked at Seiya with distrust. However, Seiya was not in the place where he was standing until just now. He took his training clothes and put on his steel armor. What are you doing? I made up my mind, of course. It can't be. Activate the clairvoyance ability. I got a glimpse of Seiya's status. And so, I couldn't even breathe. Ryuguin Seiya, level 21, HP 4412, MP 3677, attack 932, defense 990, agility 993, magic 666, potential 475, resistance, fire, earth, poison, paralysis, sleep, curse, special skills, fire magic, level 18, experience gain increase, level 6, ability perception, level 8, skills, Atomic split splash, Hell's fire. Personality, unbelievably cautious. He leveled up so much in a short period of time. His power is so great now that he can even surpass the Demon Warrior Chaos Machina. 1 in 100 million prodigy. Ryugen Seiya was wearing his steel armor, looked directly at me and shouted, "Let's go! Perfectly ready!" I like how they make him out to be.
Can we actually just go to a different thing now?
Hold on, please. Just let me do the next chapter. It finishes the arc, and it just shows you how bullshit this thing is.
Honestly, when I look at this dude, I don't know why, but the writer is putting him in the right for doing this. Why?
I can't stand this man. I actually just want to punch
He's
him in the face.
worst.
Okay, hold on. If you don't want to read the next chapter, because the next chapter, it definitely is what turned me to what the fuck with this series.
Okay, I will give you this one chapter, and then can we just never touch this again?
And well, if you want me to say why, that might influence you a bit better. He's been hiding his status the whole time. He has an ability to hide his stats.
What the? Jesus Christ, what is this man?
So technically, his stats are about quadruple what they are.
What in the hell?
His name is Seiya.
Oh my god,
Also-
brown noser! You keep
Seiya.
asking the same question. It already was answered like
His name is Seiya, as in Saint Seiya, the anime.
So, this dude, I think I can undoubtedly say, is the worst character I've ever seen.
And
in
it gets to the point
anything.
to where he has these phoenix birds that auto turret for him.
What the Okay. So, chapter 6.
Okay,
So,
I'll
wait,
take-
RRM, this isn't
got-
a fic, this is an actual, light novel.
This is a light novel that is being published into an anime by the.
When
I
is
can't
this
wait to
anime
ignore
coming?
this anime.
I'll have to read the manga because the manga, chapter 1 of the manga, literally says we've been greenlit for an anime at this season.
I cannot wait for the anime. The manga.
You know people are
Fuck.
going to love
The
this
manga,
stuff.
the manga is already at the point in the book. It's past this point on how stupid it is. All right.
God, this is good.
Hold on, I'm trying to make. I think this is the one where they figure out that he's hiding his stats, but if so, I don't want to lie. Oh fuck! It's a shorter chapter. Fuck. Oh, whatever. We'll just stop here for now. I guess you can stop the recording.